Greetings! We got part 3 of 3 of the Dark Visions videos for the September Dark Visions. Today we're going to be doing the Dark Phoenix. And the Dark Phoenix is a bird boss. It is weak to wind and dark, and we're going to be using a dark team. Again, we're going to be using the Guardian's leader skill from Roos. And unfortunately, Dark Veritas is not covered by that, but if you have a team idea, that includes a Amp field, Imbue field, an Imperil field, and Tyvis. Let me know, because I didn't find one. And let's jump right in. Alright, we're going up to turn 5 just for overdrive, so there's going to be a lot of stalling here. Daisy, triple casts, magic cover, her magic cooldown, and 85% break. Dark Lord, going to throw up his dark field and his mitigations and immunities. Everyone else guards. Alright, turn 2, Roos is going to throw up his 3-stack of Mirage. Daisy's just going to use her physical cooldown, and Dark Lord is going to throw up his paralyzed protection for the team. That's from Lakshmi. And obviously the mechanics here are mostly status ailments. It's I think it's Confuse and Paralyze. Dark Lord's base ability gives Confuse immunity, and then his from Lakshmi we get the Paralyzed immunity. Alright, let's see. Turn 3. Roos guards. Daisy's just going to throw up some stat buffs onto Rain. Dark Lord is going to triple cast his Imbue, Dark Imbue, ailment immunity, and then his weapon Imperil. Snovlinka is going to triple cast the Dark Imperil field, her 91% defense and Spirit Break, and her Dark Imperil. Rain is just going to throw up his 600% buff onto Dark Lord. And then Tyvis is going to use his LB damage mod, his self stat buff, and then his killer buff for the team. Alright, and now we're going to set up for burst. Roos is going to triple or quad cast. LB damage, mod buff, stat buff on Snovlinka, and tag chain for the team. Daisy, quad cast, LB damage, mod buff, Earth Imperil for Tyvis. And then Omni cover. Dark Lord's going to triple cast, LB damage, mod buff, and amp onto Daisy. Rain, LB damage, mod buff. Nope, that's her win. LB damage, mod buff, amp onto Roos. Rain will LB damage, mod buff, amp onto Tyvis. And then Tyvis is just going to LB damage. And Daisy will Omni cover here and cover out the last turn. Alright, so for overdrives now, we're going to use Dark Lord Soldiers, Roos's self buff. We're going to use the Swordsman buff from Rain, mostly for Dark Lord. We're going to use Tyvis's self buff. And then we're going to use Daisy's Transcendent damage buff and field. And the field's important here. So the way this is going to work, set this up real quick. I'm going to send out Dark Lord. Dark Lord will activate, will give Snovlinka enough to use her Harbinger Overdrive. And then I'm going to use that. Once I use Snovlinka's Harbinger Overdrive, that gives Daisy enough for her Flowers Overdrive. So I also need to use Roos's Field. So I need to send out Dark Lord, activate 3 overdrives, then I'll send out Tyvis, and let me make sure I have... I think it's this one, right? Yeah, okay. I need this on. Okay. Snovlinka, her base element is dark, so that's actually really important here. So if you hit auto with auto LB on, she'll use dark no matter what you do. If nothing else is selected. So anyways, I'm going to send out Dark Lord, activate Roos, Snovlinka, and Daisy's Overdrive in that order. Then I'm going to send Tyvis. Once Tyvis has built the chain, I'm going to auto it out. Let's see what happens. $67.9. Average to this team was 64.4. Max is 82. Average is 76. I'm sorry, no, it's not. Highest I've seen is 75. Let's see. Bruce goes 12.5 to 19.7. So he's dead average. Daisy goes 9.2 to 16.1, dead average. Dark Lord 1.9 to 3.8, pretty low but not super important. Snovlinka 11.7 to 20.6, so very good roll out of her. Rain 5.8 to 11.7, he did alright. And then Tyvis is 6.6 to 10.7, so he's very low. Alright, so let's get into gearing. Roos is again true double hand, using the Dark Vision sword on him because there's no one better to hold it here. And we do have 2 other dual wielders fighting for those weapons already. Some true double hand bird killer. He is on Tetra, which will cap him out. I do have both bird overkillers unlocked already because of the last Dark Vision's Abyss. So he is at 100% overkiller here. And then Water Rain Vision card. Daisy's using the whip, some true dual wield, bunch of bird killer, LB damage, Roka's Vision card. She's on Ashura for a little bit of bird killer as well. Dark Lord is on Lakshmi, so he is gearing very hard. He has the chain cap ring, 595% attack, unfortunately. He is using Guy's Axe. Guy's Axe does give 50% LB damage, and that, along with Garnet's TMR, will cap him out. And then just some bird killer. Roka's Vision card. Snow of Linka, gears pretty hard. Swords, capping out True Dual Wield from the Rus 8th Anniversary Rus STMR and Reagan's STMR. 2 copies of Garnet's STMR and some Bird Killer. Caps her out. Yuna's Vision card. And then obviously she is on Siren for the 100% Overkiller. Rain, again, we're using axes. Huh, I am using that. This is a mistake. I gotta replace that, but that's what I'm using right now. Yep. Bird Killer. Esper stats. He is... Who is he on? He is on Bismarck. So he's gonna have the chain cap from Bismarck. Okay. Water Rain's Vision card. And then Tyvus gears pretty badly for bows if you still want to use some chain speed on him. He does need his TMR, which at least gives Bird Killer, but it's not very good here. Chain speed on him. I couldn't get any more chain speed on him. Unfortunately, he is on Garda for whatever he can get. And yeah, that's the team. Good luck.